Hag Shmeya. Hag Shmeya Goyim and Hag Shmeya to all my Jews. All my jizzes. I'm sorry, I'm really bouncing the camera, huh? I'm going to kind of slow down and take my time on this. As I've mentioned in previous videos, actually in a video I made 22 months ago and put up, it's been 22 months, put up in July of 2016, or I'll rename that myself. I am the cannabinoid science pioneer of the world. I've led the field of anandamides and cannabinoids for decades. I really produced more pure science that's been proven than anybody else on earth. I have my old 3/4 inch, VHS broadcast masters. I only made a few shows on JPEGs before, as we didn't go digital until about 2005. I was already beginning to wear down by then. Matter of fact, I think one of the last shows I made was I was in a power wheelchair. But then I had a miracle. Didn't even ask for it. Anyway, my point is that about 6 years ago, I noticed on Facebook a guy named Kurt D. White Lawson. The D. White means dead white because it's the stated goal of these new black supremacists is to kill all non-black people on this planet. Of course, it's a laughable objective. Isn't going to happen. But as I mentioned in that previous video, just listening to all this vile, hateful shit, it depressed the crap out of me. It really did. And this is what I want to say first to all you Kangz and queens out there. And actually, the old Italian this, where that actually comes from? It comes from Jews. It comes from this, where we flip our beards. We used to flip our beards at people. That's our way of saying fuck you, fuck you. And the Italians copied us. So all you people, black folks out there that are claiming that you discovered everything and a bunch of cave-dwelling pink monkeys who smell like we've all heard the terms, you smell like a wet dog, or you smell like hot dog water, all this stuff. You're claiming that you were the rulers of Egypt, unto which my people were slaves. So, my nizzles, since you've been demanding it, and since you've been getting it, you've been extorting the American population for repatriations now for what? It's 145 plus 18, 163 years. You've been extorting. Weren't you the first to get a free education in this country? There wasn't any public free education for white people. But you had the Freedmen schools. The first public schools, free public schools in this country were created for black people. So you could learn how to do fractions, and so you could be useful in carpentry and other stuff. And you've been offered everything, but I'll get back to my point is, if you're going to continue to be, claim that you discovered everything, you invented everything, that you claim to have been the rulers of Egypt, when in fact, like the bust of Nefertiti is obviously the bust of a beautiful white woman of almost Nordic features and stuff. It's, despite the ridiculous nature of your claims, here's what I'm telling you right now is I want my fucking reparations, bitches. Fuck y'all. You're going to go around claiming to be the kings and the queens, and y'all invented everything, and y'all was the rulers of Egypt, and y'all built all that stuff. Jews didn't build nothing. All that crap. I figure after 3,000 years and after as much or more slavery than blacks had to endure in America, I figured I'm just going to compound the interest on the reparations just annually, not daily. And so on. I figure you owe me somewhere around $3 to $4 trillion. So my nizzles, every time you see this jizzle, you go ahead and just empty your pockets. Give me all your money. Give me all your reefer. You know, just keep the crack for yourself, because who the fuck wants that shit? That's the drug of your people, not mine. And so that's it. If you're gonna keep claiming that you're kings and queens and all this stuff, and you got all this wealth and stuff, then I want it. I want my reparations. You want to demand reparations? I want my fucking reparations. My people had to make all them bricks and shit. Sometimes, at one time, Pharaoh didn't give us no straw. You can't make adobe without straw. You know, the straw allows the adobe brick to dry evenly. You know, people don't understand. It doesn't strengthen it. It allows the moisture on the inside to get to the outside, so that the clay sand mix doesn't break. You know, doesn't fracture. That's why straw is critical in the making. You know, unless you're going to fire the brick. Anyway, I'm running on 6 minutes 38. So, all you kings and queens out there, this Jew boy says, pay me. I want my reparations. You owe me at least $3 trillion. And you can see in my beard, my head was blonde, but in my beard, I had all the colors of my ancestors. Red, blonde, and you can see them brunette hairs hanging on and stuff. Mustache is blonde. And you know what the sad fact is that out in sunlight, if I get exposed to too much sunlight, then brunette hairs turn into this freakish clown orange, just carroty color. I don't go out in the sun really much anymore because of both glaucoma and vitiligo. You know, I used to think that Michael Jackson was just trying to turn himself into a white person. Well, technically a white woman, white girl. And because all the vitiligo I had seen earlier in life was on Africans, and it was that big blocky vitiligo, big, huge patches of it, sometimes very squarish. And I hadn't seen this small spot. Really just wasn't paying attention. You know, dermatology is not my strong suit. It's not my fort. It's not pronounced forte, it's fort. You assholes keep mispronouncing it. And the problem with the English language is that usage rules. You idiots keep mispronouncing words, and it's all of a sudden it's going to come up. You know, it's been in most of the older dictionaries, it's been pronounced fort. You know, they put that little triangular mark, that little chevron above the O and no E. It's pronounced fort, not forte. Forte is an Italian musical term. But my fort is in science, and also I know I'm just rambling here. A lot of people, actually, I realized in the last video I made, I had a total non sequitur in there because my brain was rambling around because I don't like doing scripted shows. I'm really not into that. And so I want to conclude it here before I hit 10 minutes and just tell you, is every time I hear some black supremacist, first thing I'm going to demand for you is my reparations, because I should come first before yours. You know, my people did centuries of slavery under the whips of the mighty black pharaohs. Sure you were. So, I want my reparations, Kangz. We was Kangz and shit, man. Reparations.